Demerzel having a therapy session in episode 1 of season 3 was my favorite scene in the entire episode. And this is your spoiler warning, let's break this scene down. So in season 2, we learned that Demerzel is basically the puppeteer that's pulling her own strings. She has been at the front of the Empire for this entire time, and she has been programmed to preserve the Empire no matter what. Now that Demerzel has the Prime Radiant, she lives in the paradox, because with the Prime Radiant, she can see that the Empire will inevitably fall, which also means that she will outlive her programming to serve the Empire. As we remember, Demerzel is a follower of faith called Luminism, and she basically commissioned a Zephyr Viralis from the planet Maiden to come and help her unburden herself and help deal with this dilemma. Demerzel shares with Zephyr Viralis that she's a positronic robot, and she also shares with her the law of robotics. The first law of robotics is that a robot may not injure a human being or allow human being come to harm. The second law of robotics states that a robot must obey every order given by a human being unless it contradicts with the first law. And the third law of robotics is that the robot must protect its own existence unless it contradicts with the first and the second law. And if it sounds familiar to you and somehow you watched iRobot with Will Smith, you will find a similar concept there. Because iRobot is loosely based on a book that Asimov wrote that's also called iRobot. But back to Demerzel, so her and Zephyr Morales discuss the morality of the programming of the robot, and Demerzel shares that at some point robots became confused what could and could not harm humans. So the robots created a zeroth law that would prioritize the humanity as a whole over the life of one human being. So basically, the robots developed a concept of a greater good. So at some point, robots went to war with each other because they could not decide how to protect humans and what to do with them. And one robot killed one important person, and that's how humans became at war with robots. And then later, Cleon the First reprogrammed Demerzel to only serve him and his exponents. And now Demerzel knows that soon she's gonna face an identity crisis because she will outlive her programming, if she will. And then she doesn't know who she will be without the Empire. I love Demerzel so much. I think she's one of the most complex and compelling characters to grace the screen in recent years. And this is such a brilliant philosophical debate. I hope we're gonna see more therapy sessions like this because I really want to get into Demerzel's head. Is she becoming sentient? Can robots dream? I absolutely love this show. I'll be making more videos on Demerzel, so stay tuned for that and don't forget to follow me for more Foundation content.